Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I thought that I would do a battle of the sponges since I bought two sponges during the Sephora VIP sale, and I picked up the Sephora by Veramona, the Cake and Bake, the ever infamous Cake and Bake sponge that so many people have done a review on, and the Sephora Airbrush, or the Sephora Perfectionist Airbrush sponge. This retails right now for $5. It's on sale. It usually retails for $12, and the Cake and Bake retails for $14. Now I'm going to tell you guys what I think about the sponges. Are they worth the money? Is this one worth the hype that I've seen on YouTube? And should you just stick with the original Beauty Blender? So the first sponge I'm going to be talking about is the Sephora Perfectionist Airbrush sponge. Now this currently retails for $5. It's on sale. It usually retails for $12, and it comes in two colors. This purple, and it also comes in pink. Now Sephora says that it is a unique makeup application sponge, and it says this durable sponge features dual tips for precise concealing, blending in hard to reach areas, and removing makeup mistakes. The fine tip offers extra precision for getting into small corners, while the wide tip expertly smooths foundation over forehead, cheeks, and chin. The Perfectionist is washable, reusable, and works with all formulations of makeup, including creams, liquids, powders, and minerals. Now reformulated to be more durable and to prevent tearing, the latex-free material provides effortless, sheer, buildable coverage, and faster application than with fingers or brushes. And it's also not tested on animals, in case that's something that's really important to you. There you go. In the video clip you're going to be seeing right now, I use this sponge on the left side of my face, and to be honest, I really like it. It's really squishy, similar to the Beauty Blender. It's very durable. You know, it's something that I don't feel like I am pounding something really hard onto my face, and I feel like it's not soaking up too much of the foundation. Now for the Sephora Veramona sponge, this retails for $14, which is quite pricey since a Beauty Blender does retail for $20. So you are $6 shy of what you would pay for a Beauty Blender. So on the Sephora website, it says that this is a reusable makeup sponge with two sharp cut edges for precise and flawless makeup application. The Cake and Bake is a reusable sponge that has a unique design featuring two sharp, flat cut edges, which are perfect for full face makeup application of concealer, foundation, or baking and setting products. The Cake and Bake is reusable and should be washed frequently with a favorite soap and cold water. Squeeze excess water out and lay flat to dry in an open area. Again, this product is not tested on animals. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this one is a little bit harder with makeup application. As you guys can see in the clip, I felt like I was pounding the ever-living, you know, stuff out of my face. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, it gave me a flawless application, but I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like it's not as, you know, bouncy as a Beauty Blender. Like, you definitely have to use a different technique for this one. It just wasn't, you know, I don't know, maybe it was me, but I just felt like I was pounding a hard rock when I was putting on foundation, at least. Now, for concealer, for the Perfectionist sponge, I actually like the smaller tip. I did feel like it soaked up a lot of the concealer though. Maybe because of the sponge. It is bouncy. It is a little bit squishier. I do feel like it did suck up a lot more products, but it did blend out my concealer with ease. Now for the Cake and Bake, the concealer application was amazing. I feel like with these sharp edges, it's really easy to get underneath your lash line to get as close as possible, as well as to kind of carve out the sides of the nose if you are looking to do the concealer, you know, slimming down your nose effect. I think it's an amazing tool to use for that. I think it's stunning, and there's nothing quite like it. For powder, the Cake and Bake wins. I'm sorry. It just really does, because it picked up the powder with ease. Like, it just picked up the powder, and it cut those cheeks, honey. It cut them. Now for the Perfectionist, don't get me wrong, it's actually a really great sponge to use as well. I just don't think it gave me as much precision as the Cake and Bake sponge. I just feel like the Cake and Bake is you know, it's meant to bake. Like, it's meant to do that. And the Sephora one is the other Sephora one, the Perfectionist. It's really good for everything, but it just doesn't give me enough precision. Now, which Sephora beauty sponge won? They both won in my eyes for completely different reasons. This Perfectionist sponge, if you're looking for a beauty blender dupe, something that's inexpensive, something that you don't have to break the bank for, I really highly suggest this. I felt like it performed just as well as my beauty blender. It applied my foundation beautifully. It didn't soak up too much product. It made my skin look flawless. I felt like it's a really great sponge for that. And for concealer as well, I do think that it sucked up a little bit of the concealer, but I really did I like the smaller tip on top because it gives you a little bit more precision in that aspect. Now, the Cake and Bake, if you're looking for a great sponge to bake with, something that you can really get like underneath your eyes or to cut the cheekbones, I highly suggest this sponge. This sponge, I feel like it's one of a kind. You really can't get the precision that you would want using a beauty blender or this sponge. I just don't think it's possible. Do you need the Cake and Bake sponge? Absolutely not. I just feel like this one is more if you really want like if you are hardcore about your makeup application and you want those chiseled cheeks, you want that slim down nose, you want that big to be flawless, I think that you need to pick it up and try it. If you're just looking for a sponge that's inexpensive, that's not gonna break the bank, that you're not gonna like sit at yourself and be like, do I need to eat ramen for the week because I just spent $20 on a sponge? Or can you get a $5 sponge that works just as well, that's inexpensive, that's bouncy, you don't feel like you're pounding your face in, and it does the job? So it's really up to your personal preference. Personally, these two sponges won for me. I think that they both were great. They both were amazing. They both gave me what I wanted in a sponge. But, you know, I've tried many sponges before and many dupes, many $2 sponges, many like $10, $20 sponges. And I feel like this $5 sponge by Sephora, the Perfectionist Airbrush sponge, comes the closest to the beauty blender to me. It is a bit difficult to clean. I am going to say in the instructions it says it's hard to tear. When I was cleaning it, it started to tear around like this little indent here because there was a bit of foundation stuck in it and it was a little difficult. I did feel like to clean these sponges, they were a lot more difficult to clean than my original beauty blenders. I feel like they just did not want to let go of the product. They were like, I'm keeping it, I'm holding on to it, and you can't clean me. So personally, I definitely need to pick up more of these $5 sponges. I think that they are bomb.com. They definitely give me a flawless application, something that, you know, everyone wants when they're putting on makeup. One thing I forgot to mention was that I did use the NARS Radiant tinted moisturizer as well as the Fenty foundation, and I feel like when I use the Fenty foundation it's really dry on my skin, but for some reason the mixture of the Fenty with the NARS tinted moisturizer and these sponges, my skin doesn't look crusty and dusty. It actually looks really nice and rejuvenated. So holla. These sponges definitely gets a approval from me. I highly suggest going to Sephora and checking them out, especially for $5, ladies. Like, I understand you want those $2 sponges. I have picked up a $2 sponge from Marshall's before, and I always regret it. I always end up feeling like I'm hitting my face with like a stress ball or like a bean bag or like a hacky sack. I just feel like I'm hitting my face with one of those, and this is the first sponge that I've come across that's, well, $5, even though it's on sale, it's $5. That I think is truly worth the money. It's really, just trust me on this and go pick it up. You're not going to regret it, especially if you want a great beauty blender dupe. This one, if you want to bake to the gods, this is for you. It really gets it. It's not bad either with makeup application, but if you're used to like a beauty blender, if you're used to pouncing, you can't really pounce that hard with this one because you're gonna like it's just, as you guys can see, like it's stiff. It's a lot. When you're pushing it in, it's like an accordion. It's not that like this. I feel like with this one, it's just like you're not hitting yourself. Like it's just pouncing the product. So definitely give these sponges a try. I think that they're totally worth the money, and both of them together is less than a beauty blender. So you get two sponges for the price of basically one. which I think is a great deal. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And when you're on your way to that like button, I know you see the subscribe button. Subscribe, and when you do, tell your friends so that they can tell their friends and their friends and their friends and their friends and their friends, so that we can all be part of this great big familia. Don't forget to follow me on my social media, my Snapchat, my Instagram, my Twitter. Slide up in those DMs, talk to your girl. I want to hear from you guys. As always, I truly hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!